Masters Group Field for Game 2 of our MS Playing for a Purpose doubleheader. And this should be a dandy football game. It's the St. Paul's Crusaders against the Vincent Massey Trojans. Two teams expected to do very well this season coming up in the WHSFL. Of course, we just finished watching a very good Oak Park Raiders team take apart the Dakota Lancers 46-14, thanks in no small way to the brilliance of Brady Oliveira, a running back who ran for 3 touchdowns and 330 yards on the ground. Just a tremendous performance by Oliveira, who's off to UND. Now, however, we're going to see another UND commit. It's number 55, Mason Bennett of the Vincent Massey Trojans, taking on perhaps one of the best teams in all of high school football, the defending WHSFL Potter Division champion St. Paul's Crusaders. Hi everybody, I'm Scott Taylor, along with Jordan Micklash, former Oak Park Raiders star, who has been my color commentator here tonight.
Well, I don't know if I'd go as far as star though.
You don't have to, I can.
Fantastic.
I can say whatever I want. As you look at the St. Paul's Crusaders getting set for their season opener against a good Vincent Massey Trojans team. And I don't know, this is going to be a tough game for the Vincent Massey Trojans, as this St. Paul's club looks like they're ready to get it going. So St. Paul's will head out onto the field as soon as they get the cheer done. The defending champs, the Vincent Massey Trojans, are all set to go. As we're into Game 2 in this huge doubleheader, Kelly Butler, who has put on a tremendous show, is just about set to get it started. Game 2. And back for the Crusaders to receive. And there's the kickoff. And it's taken 14-yard line. Getting outside with lots of room is number 21 for St. Paul's, Cody Cranston. And Cranston, with a great return, takes it out to the 42-yard line.
So as St. Paul's offense hits the field, Coach, who should everybody be watching for today?
Well, you have to look at the quarterback, Drake Lesperance. He's the leader of this club. He wears number 5.
Oh, just like his older brother, Connor, wore number 5 at St. Paul's as well. Now a defensive back for the Bisons of
Safety
Manitoba.
with the Bisons, yeah. So Lesperance under center. Hands off inside to running back
by number 31, Austin Coutts on the carry there.
Austin Coutts, 31. He'll be your running back for most of the night tonight. Gain of 2, that'll make it 2nd and 8. Massey's defense led by number 55, Mason Bennett. Lesperance almost picked off. The pass was a little bit high for the wide receiver, Cole Zadro. And a great defensive play.
St. Paul's forming a punt right now. Good snap. Massey with a catch, and here we go. Wrapped up at around the Vincent Massey 25 is the returner, number 10. Number 10, Sam Blakely.
So the ball at the Vincent Massey 26. I will let you know that we have a serious number issue with Vincent Massey.
Okay.
The numbers on this list that I am looking at right now are not even close.
Not even close. Well, fantastic. We apologize.
We
to
do
all
have
the
Andre
parents listening.
Duick at quarterback. That's correct, number 14. But you get up into the higher numbers, and you're going to have trouble finding guys. So we apologize in advance. Our St. Paul's numbers are correct, and we know a lot of the St. Paul's guys anyway. But our Massey guys are. This roster isn't close. So we'll spend part of this first half guessing. Hopefully we can figure out their running style. But Andre Duick is the quarterback. We know that.
At least we can be confident with that one. Taking it from the gun right now. Single back.
Tane Musa, the running back. Duick throws. And a great defensive play by Cody Cranston.
Way to close on the screen on that wide receiver screen to the short side of the field. Close on that, no problem.
Another one of the players listed as one of the top players in Manitoba by our crack panel of coaches in the Sports Life WHSFL preseason top 10. And Cody Cranston, St. Paul's defensive back, has already been impressive tonight, both with a kickoff return and with that tremendous tackle.
And he is back to return right now with James Teschuk, his brother Cam Teschuk is another Bison playing defensive back.
Exactly right. So Teschuk and Cranston back. There's the kick.
And a short punt.
Taken by Teschuk. If he gets outside, look out. And a great job defensively on these special teams by the Vincent Massey Trojans as they shut Teschuk down at the 43-yard line of Vincent Massey. So St. Paul's with solid field position with 8:48 to go in this first quarter. Lesperance in the pistol.
With 3 running backs.
Full backfield. Hands off inside to number 22, Heath Chalmers. Chalmers carries to the 39-yard line, where it'll be second and about 7. Make it the 40 and a half. Second and 7.5 for the St. Paul's Crusaders. The defending Potter Division champions last year looked spectacular in that championship game against the Murdoch-McKay Klansmen. Under center, Lesperance drops back. He's rushed. He sees a hole. He takes off. Finally tackled at about the 34-yard line by Jose Cohen of the Trojans. The defensive back cut off Lesperance.
Design sprint out right. As we see here, Lesperance makes the read, cuts it back, and because of all the pressure going right side, he's got that nice hole to the left. Makes one guy miss, and it looks like they're going to get a measurement.
So it will be third and about a half a yard, or maybe even inches, for the St. Paul's Crusaders. A great effort by Lesperance, and a real good tackle by Jose Cohen, the defensive back. They'll have about a yard to go, not quite, maybe a foot and a half, 2 feet.
I would say that's a QB sneak away.
Well, for an athlete like Lesperance, one of the top 10 players in the province of Manitoba.
And you always know St. Paul's has got a handful of the top athletes in this province.
They sure do. I'm already impressed with Cody Cranston. I knew he'd be a good one, but he has come out with a very impressive start.
Tower backfield.
So Lesperance, with a hard count, trying to pull Massey offside. He drives forward, gains almost 4 yards. A flag on the play. Neufeld made the tackle. And it looks like it's going to be offside on Massey. Lesperance got almost 4 yards, almost 5 yards.
First down.
But they'll take the penalty. It'll be a first down at the 29-yard line of the Vincent Massey Trojans. So St. Paul's set to go, motion everywhere. Heath Chalmers takes the handoff. Correct that. That's Austin Coutts inside. Number 31, Austin Coutts. And Josh Martin makes the tackle. Down at the 19-yard line. It'll be another first down for the St. Paul's Crusaders. 6:52 left to go in this first quarter. Still no score, but St. Paul's driving.
And a great play call there from the St. Paul's offense, making everybody motion right, bringing the action back left.
Lesperance throws, gets it outside to an open receiver, but number 88, as Cole Zadro, is taken down.
Quick little out route, make the sure throw, let the receiver do the rest.
Taken down at the 15-yard line, but almost the 16, almost correct at the 11, at the 11-yard line. That'll make it second and about 3.5.
And a great stiff arm, as you see there, by Zadro.
Lesperance directing traffic. Takes the snap, goes inside to the big guy, number 28, Mario Fiorentino. Fiorentino, the big fullback, gets the first down at the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal for the St. Paul's Crusaders. And they have been grinding this one out, Jordan.
That's typical St. Paul's fashion there, Coach. St. Paul's loves to run the ball, and they are doing it very well right now with their zone scheme.
Lesperance sends Zadro right. Pass underneath to number 84, Dallas Opiola. Opiola gains about a yard. That'll make it second and goal from the 4. Lesperance is a tremendous athlete. Great flag football player. Learned a lot of skills in flag football, both as a receiver and as a quarterback. His dad, longtime referee-in-chief of flag football in Manitoba. Lesperance under center. Hands off inside. Austin Coutts down to the goal line. He's in. Austin Coutts takes up the final 4 yards for the touchdown. And St. Paul's takes a 6-0 lead as Austin Coutts drags a couple of defenders into the end zone.
As you see here, it's just a normal halfback power right. Makes a nice cut up the middle, finds the house.
There was a flag, it's declined. And Austin Coutts puts St. Paul's on the board. They lead at 6-0. In for the convert will be Drake Lesperance. Coutts is the holder. Snap, down, up, and just good. The St. Paul's Crusaders, the defending Potter Division champions, have taken a 7-0 lead. And let's have another look at this one as Austin Coutts, nice move inside, and then he carries a couple of tacklers into the end zone, and St. Paul's takes a 7-0 advantage. 4:43 left to play in the first quarter. And Massey going to try to get on the board.
Absolutely.
Two great coaches of these teams, Kelsey McKay for Vincent Massey, Stacy Daynard for St. Paul's.
And
long-time coaches, a lot of success.
A lot of success, and I know that Massey was the program that Kelsey McKay wanted as soon as they heard that they were getting a football team. He got the job offer for it, and he has made good of it ever since.
Former Churchill coach.
That's right. Won a Potter division won the Potter division in 2009 with Churchill, with that all-star team they had there.
Crusaders, Sam Blakely and Josh Martin are deep for the Trojans.
The kickoff by number 21, Cody Cranston, is taken by Andrew Ferguson. Toutant with the tackle, another one of the top players in the province, a member of the provincial team, Max Toutant. So Andre Duick back in the shotgun. Tine Musa, the tailback. Trips right. Lots of motion. This Vincent Massey offense, and Musa the ball carrier. Tries to get outside, and Cranston is going to have no part of that. Cody Cranston right there to meet Tine Musa and stops him for about a 3-yard loss.
And definitely a name we've said a handful of times already here in the first quarter.
He is a shutdown cornerback, Cranston.
It's very apparent that that is a correct statement. 2 tackles for losses, and looks to be a solid punt returner as well.
So Cranston on the corner, covering Carter Sarasani, and he's in man. There's the pass by Duick. Number 10, Sam Blakely. Blakely, the veteran, gets it outside, but he's going to go nowhere, and it'll be 3rd down and a punt situation for the Vincent Massey Trojans. Blakely, real good athlete. He can run, but tremendous defensive play. As you look at Blakely.
See, he comes in motion, comes out then on the sweep. Little dump pass, see if they can get the 1st down.
Brady Kreutz with a great tackle.
His brother Eddie was a middle linebacker at St. Paul's. Also a kid that I coached in basketball.
Is that right?
Very near and dear to my heart, so.
So Blakely kick.
And bobbles the snap.
And here's Cranston looking for some room. It'll be a no yards call, and he's got some room with 1 block. He gets it outside, tremendous speed. Cranston knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line, but there was a flag for no yards. What a tremendous sprint by Cranston to get it outside. It's a gifted player.
It's apparent that they want to get him on all sides of the ball.
No yards. Vincent Massey. That penalty's declined. 1st down.
They'll take the gain by Cody Cranston. Penalty declined. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 37, and St. Paul's with great field position once again leading 7-0.
These short fields, as we saw last game, that helped the Oak Park Raiders immensely. Let's see if the St. Paul's Crusaders can capitalize on the short field once again.
Over the football, Jacob Stevens, the center, snaps to Lesperance. Inside handoff. And a great effort by Trevor Wright. This was an outstanding AA player last year, the star of the AA final, Trevor Wright, member of Team Manitoba, outstanding running back. And as a grade 11 player, you're not going to get a lot of opportunities to play, but once you get to grade 12, Stacey Daynard will take care of you.
Absolutely, and you know, St. Paul's has just been building on their program. I believe they have 3, maybe 4 teams, 1 in every division, and that has helped build this varsity program in the best way possible.
Trevor Wright stays on his feet, but he was knocked down in a good defensive effort. By Ray Cruz. Ray Cruz, a nice football player. Linebacker, can play on the offensive line as well. And Ray Cruz wearing number 9 in this MS Playing for a Purpose game. Does a great job to take care of Trevor Wright. So we've got 3rd and about a yard. 3rd and a yard for the St. Paul's Crusaders. They'll go. Lesperance under center. Jacob Stevens. And we've got an offside. Looks to be against Colin Simon, number 5 of the Vincent Massey Trojans. We'll see if anybody moved on offense first, and they did. We'll see what the call is officially. We're not going to hear it. Oh, here it comes.
Time count violation, St.
Time
Paul's
count.
number 5. 5-yard penalty. Replay third down.
And what looked to be an offside there is not.
It'll be 3rd and 6. Colin Simon was offside after the time count violation. That's okay.
Now that's in time. Right on time.
So now it'll be 3rd and 6 for St. Paul's. Lesperance hustles into the St. Paul's huddle.
And with 3rd and 6, the St. Paul's offense takes the field. Aggressive call early in the ball game.
It really is, by Stacey Daynard and his staff. Lesperance fakes the handoff. He's going to throw. Has a receiver wide open, and they pull it off. What a great play. A nice pass by Connor Lesperance.
That's a fantastic throw by Lesperance. He rolls out halfway to the left after play action, spots the soft spot in the zone, leads his receiver. Safe catch. Beautiful play.
Lucas Scramita makes the catch. A great pass by Lesperance. Let's have another look at it.
Finds a soft spot in the zone, drops it over top. Receiver makes a great play and keeps himself up for a couple extra.
Another good pass for Scramita, just a little bit too far. It'll be 2nd and 10. St. Paul's mixing it up. Lesperance has a great arm.
It's apparent of that.
So we're into the final minute of the first quarter here at Investors Group Field. The second game of our MS Playing for a Purpose night, a tremendous doubleheader of high school football.
We were treated to a doozy for the first one.
Well, we were treated to Brady Oliveira's coming out party.
That's, I believe, what I was referring to.
So Lesperance takes the snap.
QB draw.
And, oh, a tremendous tackle. He fumbles. I believe the ball is down, and Lesperance was hit very, very hard. He got airborne.
Let's take a look at this. Let's see if the knee was down via replay.
Great move by Lesperance, and he is drilled.
And his arm was definitely all on the ground, so good call by the officials. And
Colin Simon drilled Lesperance.
And great run by Lesperance.
So it's 1st and goal. This is the final play of the first quarter from the 9-yard line. Inside handoff, and probably an offside. The handoff to Austin Coutts. But there is a flag on the play. And it looks like Massey was offside.
Offside. Vincent Massey, number 78. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
So 78, David Steves, the defensive back, was offside. Trying to fill a gap. So this will be the final play of the first quarter. 7-0. St. Paul's leads it on the touchdown by Austin Coutts. Lesperance is going to throw it. He has a receiver, and it's short. Pass was tipped.
And almost picked off.
And almost, you're right.
Great athletic play by the linebacker. I believe it was number 56, which I hope is right when I say Connor Neufeld.
Let's hope that as a defensive back, it is Connor Neufeld. We apologize if it's not. And it was a good defensive play.
Absolutely. Here we go.
Austin Coutts, the intended receiver, will bring it back down the other way. We have played 1 quarter of football in Game 2 of the MS Playing for a Purpose doubleheader. It is the St. Paul's Crusaders 7. And the Vincent Massey Trojans nothing. As St. Paul's has looked much the stronger club through the first 12 minutes of football.
Always year in, year out, one of the most polished teams in Winnipeg high school football, and I definitely credit that to their strength of their program development, as I was mentioning earlier, with 3 teams, or is it 4 now with the JV team?
3 teams.
It is 3 teams still. So
they don't play single A.
They
play double A and triple A and JV.
JV. So with those 3 teams, you're getting a group of guys that are very well developed by the time they get to the Potter division, and it's very, very sound football that they're playing right now.
So it's 2nd and 5, 2nd and goal for the St. Paul's Crusaders. Lesperance in a little bit of trouble. He's got a receiver and a great catch. And they're saying, yes, it's a touchdown. Lucas Scrumita, number 87, takes the 5-yard pass from Drake Lesperance. And we have a 13-0 ball game.
And a great catch by the receiver, great route. Had good coverage on him as well, so Lesperance with a nice throw to the out. And that's 6 points.
And that makes it 13-0 for St. Paul's. And Lesperance will attempt the point after.
And here's another look at the touchdown pass. Lesperance on the move to the left. Goes up for the catch, great down, gets the feet down.
That's a tremendous catch by Scrumita to be able to stay in bounds and get it down. Good job by Scrumita. Matt LeMay, nothing he could do as the corner on that play, and Scrumita makes it 14-0 St. Paul's. The first 9 seconds of the 2nd quarter, and St. Paul's has taken a 14-0 advantage.
A look at Scrumita on the bench there. How could you not be happy after catching a touchdown like that?
Well, and a tremendous catch it was, and a great effort by Lesperance, who looked like he was in trouble. He was surrounded by Vincent Massey Trojans. Just got the pass off before he was hit. An outstanding play by Drake Lesperance. And St. Paul's takes a 14-0 lead.
And Cranston kicking off because I don't know what he doesn't do.
There isn't much, is there? So Cranston kicks it off. It's taken by Sam Blakely, and Blakely has a hole, and he is down at the 35. Blakely's quick, had a bit of a hole, but it was closed up in a hurry by the St. Paul special teams. They do a lot of things well, don't they, St. Paul's?
Absolutely, all the time. Whether you talk about defense, special teams, offense, one of the most polished teams in high school football. I believe they're actually a very highly ranked team nationally as well.
So Andre Duick, the quarterback, under center. Duick hands it off.
And that's either going to be Matt Marion or Christian Madrid on the carry.
I think it was Matt Marion, based on the running style. I believe it was Matt Marion. We do not have a number that coincides, but I believe that's Matt Marion.
2nd down and about 5, maybe up to 5.5. Under center.
Duick. Inside to Marion again.
And St. Paul's closes for a 1-yard gain, and once again, Massey is going to have to punt the football away.
So it was indeed Matt Marion, the ball carrier. And St. Paul's has held once again. Massey sends out the kicking unit on 3rd down and pretty much 4 yards to go, maybe 3.5.
Cody, Cranston, and James Teschuk.
So Teschuk and Cranston back to receive.
Cranston with a big return. Let's see if they kick it to him.
A low line drive. Cranston takes it. Has to run away from a couple of tackles. Can he get outside? Almost does. taken down. Nice defensive play, but Cody Cranston made something out of nothing and got it back over the 40 to about the 42.5-yard line. So another great effort by Cranston.
He's all over the field tonight, Coach. Special teams, defense, we said it. We've been saying his name all night. Let's take a look at this return here. He did have nothing, and he made something out of it. Two-hopper bobbles it.
He's pretty much dead right here, and yet escapes and finds a hole. So Lesperance, quarterback, fakes the handoff inside, and we have flags everywhere. Mason Bennett was in there on the tackle.
Ran a triple option on that play.
And it was a face mask.
Unnecessary roughness, face masking. Vincent Massey, number 45, 15 yards at the end of the play. First down.
Penalty was on 45, Ryan Crocker.
That'll be 1st and 10 for the Crusaders with ball at the Trojan.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for St. Paul's at the Vincent Massey 52-yard line. Lesperance at quarterback. Full backfield. Goes slot backs, Lesperance back, and he's rushed. He gets loose. He has a receiver wide open, and a great defensive play at the back end by Sam Blakely.
And what a move by Lesperance to avoid that rush.
Sam Blakely going both ways, both as a receiver and as a defensive back. He's also being used on the punt return teams. Blakely is one of the top players in this province, Sam Blakely with Vincent Massey.
As we take another look at this here, Lesperance sees the rush, pulls a spin move, gets a nice block from his O-line, and at least gives his receiver a chance to get the ball. Something out of nothing.
Trevor Wright acting as a receiver on that particular play. Here's Lesperance. The rush is coming. He sees it. He avoids it. And he's finally taken down. So Lesperance tackled for a loss.
It looked to me, Coach, initially they were going to be running a running back screen to the middle, and Vincent Massey read it. Lesperance made a good read and knew that that ball could not go there. Tried to make something out of nothing again, but looks like St. Paul's will have to punt this time around.
So St. Paul's leads at 14-0, but Massey does a great job defensively to shut them down. So Blakely and Martin are back to receive. And there's the punt off the side of the foot.
And the punt goes out of bounds.
And out of bounds, so Vincent Massey will have pretty good field position, or at least under the circumstances has probably great field position at their own 39-yard line, considering what the alternative could have been with a decent punt.
Exactly, and catching a break there on the special teams with a punt off the side of the foot. No Brett Cameron back there anymore to punt.
Mason Bennett, who is a defensive end, who is going to go off to the University of North Dakota to play linebacker, is also being used, as you see right there by Kelsey McKay, as an inside receiver. Now, that's not the type of helmet that most inside receivers carry, but Kelsey McKay uses him as a tight end blocker, almost as an offensive tackle. Dewick fakes the handoff, and he goes deep. He overthrows, and an interception
by James Teschuk.
And James Teschuk, all over the field, will finally be taken down at his own 39-yard line. But Teschuk with the interception on the pass by Dewick. And St. Paul's takes over on their own 39-yard line. So Massey tries to go long, and it's picked. And the Teschuk family, who have some football to play this weekend.
Definitely, because the Bisons start tonight as well, correct?
So they're playing right now as we speak in Saskatchewan.
Good luck to the Bisons, of course. Wishing them the best of luck this season.
So Lesperance, the quarterback, Then about 39 and a half. Inside handoff. Trevor Wright.
And that's going to be at least an offside on Sept.
Trevor Wright knocked out of bounds. Well, yeah, you're right. We'll at least have an offside.
But there was another flag on the wide side of the other side of the field as well.
So flags all over. Let's see what the call is. There, Trevor Wright with a great burst of speed around the outside. He gained about 11 yards. Make it 11. We'll see what the call is, or the calls.
We'll get our call now.
Offside both ways. So there was an offside on Vincent Massey, and then a receiver heading toward the line took about 3 extra steps, and that's where that second flag came.
Offsides. St. Paul's 88. Offside. Vincent Massey 75. Replay first down.
So the 11-yard gain is negated with the penalties, but we will replay first down.
We will indeed. So with the offset, 7 minutes to go here in the half. 14-0, St. Paul's lead it.
Not exactly like our other halftime score there, Coach.
Well, no, we've still got a football game here. Inside handoff to Trevor Wright. He's taken down after a gain of about 3 yards. It is the second game of a doubleheader. It is the MS Playing for a Purpose night here at Investors Group Field. Money being raised for MS, the awareness of MS, research for MS.
Yeah, and like I had mentioned, game number 1, Coach, all the money for raising for MS through this game and the prior game is all staying here in the province. So that's awesome for anybody that is living with diagnosed, living with it, family member.
Pass by Lesperance is tipped at the line and knocked down. And St. Paul's going to have to punt again. Good job by Mason Bennett to knock that down. Yeah, it was Bennett who tipped it. Good job defensively by Mason Bennett. And so St. Paul's is stalled at its own 42-yard line. So Blakely back. Abdul Gassama with Blakely back to receive. And another punt off the side of the foot.
That's 2 in a row. And that one will give them even better field position. Looking to be.
So that's 2 in a row by Opiola off his side of his foot and out of bounds.
And Vincent Massey's going to start at their own 51. Or 54, pardon me.
So Massey has 1st and 10 at the 53-yard line of the St. Paul's Crusaders. So Massey with some solid field position and 5.5 minutes left to play here in this first half. Duick at quarterback. He pitches. Outside to Marion. Marion has a hole, but it closes up quickly. There is not much you can do against this St. Paul's collection of linebackers. That play made by Luke Sperry, one of the stars in the province.
Duick even got tackled on the pitch. That's how quick that defense was on that last one. We see it here. Barely gets time to pitch it away.
And Marion is just hauled down by James Teschuk and number 54, Max Toutant, and number 55, Luke Sperry. Duick, back to pass, rolls left. Looks the receiver, he's got nothing. Tries to dump it over the middle to Josh Martin. Can't make the connection, and that'll make it 3rd and 10 for the Trojans. And it's been a tough first half for Andre Duick against the St. Paul's defense.
I'm telling you this, the St. Paul's punter is very, very happy with his defense right now because I'm telling you, he doesn't feel great about those punts. But the defense is playing lights out right now, and that's really going to help them win this football game.
Cody Cranston and James Teschuk brought back for the Crusaders.
So Teschuk and Cranston back.
For the Trojans.
Bad snap. Handled pretty well. Gets the punt off. Cranston takes the punt and heads to his right. Finds a hole. He has great speed, and he's gone. Cody Cranston is loose, and he is going for a touchdown. There are no flags on the field. Looks to be about 85 yards from where he caught that punt.
Have we said his name before?
I think we have tonight.
Wow.
He has been spectacular in this football game, and that's an 85-yard touchdown run on the punt return for Cody Cranston, and that's 20-0.
Here's a look at it again, Coach. Gonna make one move, and he's just got the vision the whole way down the field. Look at those blocks. He practically goes untouched. And I'm gonna guess as well about 85 yards.
It's exactly. Well, we'll make it 90. He picked it up at the 20. We'll make it a 90-yard return.
Getting some high fives from the boys on the sideline.
Lesperance gets the point after. So a 90-yard, officially 90-yard touchdown return by Cody Cranston off the punt. And it's 21-0, and now we have the same kind of situation we had in game one.
4 minutes to go in the half, Coach. If I'm Vincent Massey, you need to put a drive together and kill this clock right now.
What a tremendous effort by Cody Cranston. What a tremendous football player. Outstanding performance tonight by Cranston.
As you see him there, he's still catching his breath, but I think he's just more excited.
Well, as soon as he got outside, he was loose, he was gone.
The burners were on.
So St. Paul's takes a 21-0 lead with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left to play in the first half.
Dan Zadro pick off the ball for the Crusaders. Sam Blakely and Josh Martin keep for the Trojans.
So Dan Zadro will kick it off. Not Cody Cranston, he's too tired.
I don't doubt that.
They'll give Zadro, the left-footed kicker, the opportunity to kick it off. He kicks it to Blakely. So Sam Blakely looking for the seam. He finds nothing. What a tremendous defensive effort by the kicker, Zadro, to get down the field and make the tackle. There you look at Dan Zadro. What a tremendous play. This St. Paul's defense and the special teams gets more impressive as the game goes along.
I think they just are getting more energy as the game goes on. They can tell that their lead is building, their momentum's building. They're looking great out there today.
So the Trojans need to get something going now. They trail at 21-0 with 4 minutes left to play here in the first half.
Dewitt gets in the play call.
Three backs in the I formation. Now they split. The handoff to Marion. Inside, taken down at the 29-yard line, no gain. We'll correct that. The ball carrier was the receiver, Stein McIntosh. So Stein McIntosh, the ball carrier, and he can go nowhere against that swarming St. Paul's defense. What a tremendous effort by St. Paul's in this football game.
Now offensive coordinator Vincent Massey, Eric Ewan, has just got to find his rhythm going with his team right now. Let's see what they got on 2nd and 10.
Do it back to throw. He's got a receiver, and it's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Abdul Gassama was the intended receiver.
Unfortunately for Duick and Masama, that ball hung up there just a little bit too long. Gave enough time for the defender to come in, make the play. Vincent Massey's forced with another punting situation with a 3-minute warning happening right now.
So Massey will have to punt one more time, and that can't be good news for head coach Kelsey McKay. Because it looks like this St. Paul's offense is just starting to get rolling.
And if I'm Vincent Massey, I'm not kicking it back to Cranston for another time.
You're wrong.
But they do. So let's see what happens.
Cranston is going nowhere. He is taken down.
Well, if there's one thing you should do, it's hold on to their leg.
Well, that's exactly right. Once you've got it, don't let go.
Cranston almost got out of it, but no second return as of yet. So with 2:43 to go, St. Paul's is going to start on their own 41-yard line. And let's see what they can put together with 2 minutes and 43 seconds.
So the St. Paul's Crusaders from their own 41. Quarterback Drake Lesperance with a full backfield.
He's having a fantastic game so far. You can tell he looks confident and poised in the pocket.
Inside handoff to Trevor Wright. Wright's got some burners. He gets it outside, and he'll be close to a first down. Trevor Wright. Give him some space, it's like Cranston. He proved that in the AA final last year, the Vidrick final. He was the star. And now Trevor Wright sees that corner. And it's first down, a 10-yard gain for Trevor Wright.
And that was a first down. So they get to move the chains. First down once again.
2:35 left to go in this first half. Lesperance with that full backfield. Two receivers wide, the slot backs break off. Lesperance inside, he keeps. He pitches to Wright, and Wright's got some room. Trevor Wright knocks down a defender and will gain 14 yards for another first down.
And that's that second time that St. Paul's has ran that triple option. In fact, Lesperance didn't even really have that pitch, but he found a way to get it over the defender to
Trevor Wright.
To Trevor Wright for another St. Paul's first down.
A tremendous effort by Trevor Wright. He knocked down a Vincent Massey linebacker. Let's watch this. Mason Bennett was right there to make the play, but Lesperance got it back to Wright, and boom! He laid out linebacker Colin Simon. What a tremendous effort by Trevor Wright. Lesperance inside handoff.
And this time he's going nowhere. That would be marked for a 1-yard loss for Trevor Wright. Vincent Massey's bench chanting defense, trying to get the boys going. Need a big stop before halftime.
So Mario Fiorentino, the ball carrier, stopped for a loss of about a yard. That'll make it 2nd and 11 as Massey trying to hold here with 1:54 left to go. 21-0. St. Paul's leads it, and they're moving the football again.
2nd and 11 now.
Lesperance from the gun. Has a receiver, and it's almost picked off. He threw it just a little early on the turn, and Alex Bouchard couldn't make the turn quickly enough. Good defensive effort by Anthony Cisse, the defensive back on the corner.
Definitely what they saw on that was a zone read. They were trying to run a comeback on the sideline. Comeback's a very precise timing route. Corner was in zone coverage, so he's reading Lesperance the whole way. Lesperance just needed just a little bit out of sync with his receiver on that one.
So St. Paul's forced to punt. Opiola, who's had 2 punts go off the side of his foot. Punts from his own 50 and makes that one work. But it's fumbled and recovered by St. Paul's. Tremendous effort defensively once again on special teams, this time by Brody Williams. Brody Williams makes the play at the 21-yard line. And St. Paul's now has it 1st and 10 at the Vincent Massey 21. They can add to this lead with 1.5 minutes left to play.
And it looks like Gassama muffed the punt, went between his legs, took a bad bounce, And there's the recovery by St. Paul's, starting their next drive with $1:29 left to go on the 21-yard line of Vincent Massey, knocking on the door right off the bat.
Great play by Brody Williams. One of the stars from McDowell's gym. A lot of kids here from Elite, a lot from McDowell's, a lot from Recruit Ready. Inside handoff to Austin Coutts. Coutts has some room. He's taken down at the 10-yard line, a gain of about 6. Now they'll mark it at the 11, so give him 5 yards. Austin Coutts has scored the first touchdown of this ball game. Don't forget, lots of high school football coming up next week. On September 11th, St. Norbert plays at West Kildonan. St. Paul's AA plays River East. Dakota plays Grant Park in what should be a great game. Miles Mac meets Portage out in Portage. Elmwood's at Tech Vauc. Lorette's at DMCI at Daniel Mac. Oak Park's at Crocus. And St. Paul's, this team plays at Sisler. That's all on September 11th. And an inside handoff for a touchdown to number 22.
Heath Chalmers.
Heath Chalmers, the inside handoff from Lesperance. He takes it 6 yards. That makes it 27-0. Do we have a blowout yet?
Well, it is 28-0 at half here, Coach. And by the play call from the St. Paul's offensive coordinator, a great call, a usual call from them. They like to give runs in one way. And as you see here, underneath handoff to Mr. Chalmers, and takes it almost walkingly into the house.
Yes, he wasn't touched till he was over the goal line.
So now we've got Chalmers with a touchdown. We have Coutts with a touchdown. We have a great touchdown grab by Skrmina, and we have that amazing kick return from Cody.
So with 1:02 left to play in the first half, St. Paul's leads at 28-0. And after a 46-14 score in game 1, Oak Park beating Dakota, these scores kind of surprised me. I didn't think we'd see 2 blowouts tonight.
I'm on the same page with you, Coach. I definitely expected a little bit closer game in the Oak Park Dakota, and I definitely, once again, expected a little bit closer here between Massey and St. Paul's. But, you know, the cream of the crop of the Potter division that's been there for a while know how to play football. So we'll have to see how Massey responds in the second half. They will have the ball with approximately just under a minute, I assume, after this kickoff. And we'll see if they can put anything together with a minute remaining.
So Cody Cranston back to kick it off.
Oh.
Boy, using Zat Mary was good for them, though. He made the tackle on the kick return.
Well, I wouldn't be shocked if Cranston made this tackle either.
Cranston's short kick goes to Blakely. Blakely has some room. He's taken down at the 35-yard line. They'll mark it just at the 35. So Vincent Massey will have 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line with 58 seconds left to go in the half. And Duick back in at quarterback. Two receivers spread wide. He's got trips on the left side. Lots of motion. Duick back to throw. Here comes the rush. Underneath. Good catch by Abdul Gassama.
Nice play call from the Trojans. Just swallowed up by that white tidal wave of St. Paul's defenders.
Oh, it really is a tidal wave. Abdul Gassama makes the catch for 3 yards, a 3-yard gain for Vincent Massey. St. Paul's running the 4-3. Pretty standard defense for St. Paul's.
We got quads left.
And not a great tackle, but look at them swarm. That's really incredible. Defensive play by James Teschuk right there to help out his teammate. Teschuk's had a tremendous first half as well.
For sure. I mean, now, other than him not getting a kick return, I've seen him everywhere on the defensive side today. It appears that they have Cranston on one side and Teschuk on the other. And what a duo they seem to be right now.
So it's 3rd down, 8 to go, and 29 seconds left, 22 now, 22 seconds. And Massey is going to kick it away. Trailing 28-0, Cranston and Teschuk back to take the punt. Cranston and Teschuk, both defensive players, maybe the two best players in the field tonight. There's the punt. And then it's to Cranston at his own 36. He's got some room. Tries to get outside, and if he can get around that corner, there is a penalty flag. Cranston with a great return. He's still on his feet, steps out of bounds, but there was a penalty flag, and this is coming back. But what a tremendous effort by Cranston again.
A great return up the sideline once again. As soon as he finds that seam to the outside, he is on the afterburners.
He is so quick, those long legs. Did most of it by himself. But there was a penalty flag, and that's going to go against St. Paul's.
Holding. St. Paul's number 20. That penalty is declined. Half is over.
And it's declined, and that's it. That's the end of the first half. It's been all St. Paul's in the first 24 minutes of this football game. It's the St. Paul's Crusaders on touchdowns by Austin Coutts, Lucas Scramita, Cody Cranston, and Heath Chalmers. They lead it 28-0 at the half. It's the second game of the MS Playing for a Purpose doubleheader here at Investors Group Field. Scott Taylor and Jordan Miklash, glad you could join us here on the WHSFL.ca. We'll be back after this break with the second half. The score, St. Paul's 28, Vincent Massey 0. You're watching the MS Playing for a Purpose game. Hey everybody, welcome back to Investors Group Field. We're about to start the second half of Game 2 of this MS Playing for a Purpose doubleheader between the St. Paul's Crusaders and the Vincent Massey Trojans. It has been all St. Paul's for the first 24 minutes of this football game, as Stacey Daner's St. Paul's Crusaders have been clearly the dominant team. It's 28-0 for St. Paul's. And Jordan Miklash, no doubt, there have been a number of very good players, but Cody Cranston has been the most exciting.
Definitely. With his special teams, with his defense, he's definitely just been playing lights-out football. That kick return sparked not only his offense, but his defense, and just the team is looking great. They're going to kick off to start our second half, but their defense has been swarming the ball, and they're playing really, really confident right now.
We have 24 minutes of football remaining, 2 12-minute quarters. Game 1 of our doubleheader, it was a no-doubter. Tremendous effort by the Oak Park Raiders. Head coach Stu Nixon and his offensive coordinator David Black has done a wonderful job with that team. It was Oak Park 46, Dakota 14. The star, of course, Brady Oliveira, 340 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns, all of them long touchdowns, 73, 65, and 51 yards. So Sam Blakely takes the opening kickoff of the second half, takes it right back up the middle, out to about the 33-yard line, and that's where Vincent Massey will start as we open the second half with St. Paul's ahead 28-0. St. Paul's led by Drake Lesperance, but more importantly by a defense that has just been lights out, shut down.
Swarming the ball carrier, swarming the ball. They're making reads everywhere, and all the correct ones.
But Sperry and Toutant, Teschuk, Cranston, they have been tremendous defensively. Big Brett Roscos has been outstanding. Sperry and Toutant have been just tremendous. It's been a great first half, and we have a probably time violation. So Massey can't get a play from scrimmage off without a penalty.
Not the way you want to start a half when you're down 28, Coach. But here we go.
So Massey will try again. Now it's 1st and 15. Quarterback Andre Duick. Lots of motion. Hands it off, and another terrific defensive play.
That's Max Toutant once again getting right in there for a loss.
Max Toutant, an outstanding player with the provincial team this year, the under-18 team. Another player named as one of our top players in the province of Manitoba in Sports Life magazine.
You can see why with making plays like that.
So Massey will try it again. Duick throws outside to Abdul Gassama. Gassama makes a great move inside, uses his speed, takes off. He gets it back and more. A first down for Vincent Massey. Tremendous effort by Massey and Abdul Gassama.
Very nice play set up on the wide side using that screen. As you can see here, he's got his blockers in front of him. Makes a nice move inside.
That's the first missed tackle I've seen in this ballgame for St. Paul's.
And I believe it may be one of the first downs for the Vincent Massey Trojans offense.
It might be. So Gassama picks up 23 yards and a first down. And a sack. Not even close.
And from our view, you could see that they were doing the wide receiver.
Cameron O'Hara, big number 90.
They were doing the wide receiver fake screen, go route up the sideline. It was open, but the pressure from the St. Paul's rush was just too much for that Vincent Massey O-line to handle, and did not give Duick the time he needed.
2nd and 15 now for Vincent Massey. He didn't even have any time to take a breath.
Barely had time to get that pump fake.
Cameron O'Hara all over. Duick has a receiver, throws it out and throws it way too far, and we're going to have a hold call on number 14, Mark Davidson, the defensive back. And that's a big break for Massey. It's a holding call on Davidson. They'll call it pass interference, but it was holding. He had his jersey in his hand.
St. Paul's number 14, 15-yard penalty. First down.
It'll be a first down for the Vincent Massey Trojans, right at center field. The automatic first down for Massey, and St. Paul's doesn't look quite as sharp as they did in that first half. That's not to say that they won't get sharper.
Let's see how they respond.
Duick sends motion right. Handoff inside and a fumble, and they just got sharper.
Well, look who responded early to our comments. And
they have been tremendous.
That was a vicious hit from the St. Paul's defense.
Number 54, Max Toutant, coming up with that recovery, and it was a vicious hit. So St. Paul's takes over at their own 53.
And once again, good starting field position for the St. Paul's Crusaders.
Well, you force a turnover like that, and they forced a turnover on just a marvelous defensive play.
To be frank, Coach, I don't know who would not have fumbled that hit. That hit was perfectly aligned with where the ball was at. The power that was delivered was just too much for the ball carrier to handle.
Here's Lesperance going deep, and just too deep.
Ooh, and just missed. And Lesperance is looking for a defensive holding, but he's not going to get it.
He had Cole Zadro, but just overthrew him by about a yard.
Great arm strength thrown on that corner route by Lesperance.
That'll make it 2nd and 10. for St. Paul's. They lead at 28-0. 8:20 left to go here in the third quarter.
That would be second and 10 for the Crusaders.
Lesperance from the gun. And that was offside and no call. A great pass underneath by Lesperance to number 7, Tommy Semchishin, who is the backup quarterback and was the quarterback of the AA team that won the championship last year.
And they definitely caught a break on that one, as we had a clear line of that, and there was a receiver offside.
There were 2 offside. The snap didn't come fast enough. Boy, that happens in the CFL all the time, doesn't it?
You know, that's the plus and the minus to the waggle. I mean, it's definitely something that makes our league and our game unique, but definitely. So, and of course, there was actually one very, very noticeable at the Labor Day Classic, and of course, would just happen to be the Riders.
So 3rd and about a yard, and we've got a penalty call on the field. And is it going to be a time count again?
Time count, but it looked like the left guard jumped on that one just a little bit.
Regardless, it's going to go against the St. Paul's Crusaders.
False start. Offense number
You were
44, 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
So instead of a 3rd and inches conversion, St. Paul's is bringing the punt team out to the field, and that penalty will cost them, although they are up 28-0 at this point in time. 7 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Stacey Daynard would be just as happy right now to see the clock run down.
I believe he would.
Because I don't think he wants, none of these coaches in the league, they all know each other quite well. Nobody wants to run up scores on each other.
No, exactly, and everybody wants to keep their players healthy for the season. Nobody wants to cause any injuries or anything like that, and you know, everybody.
And when it's a mop-up situation, that's when injuries happen.
Exactly.
So back to punt is Opiola, and it's a good one. It's taken by Gasama. That's pretty close to 90 yards.
I definitely was looking for a flag on that one. Must have just made the cut.
What's the cut? 3 feet?
I was going to say. But that is why we're up here.
That is as close to no yards as you're going to see without it being called.
And let's take
Here's
a look
Opiola's punt.
Let's take a look at the replay here.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
That is tight.
Yeah.
2 tight calls.
Back to back. Regardless, Massey has an opportunity with a first down from their own 32 to move this football here in the third quarter. Do it as the pass knocked down before he can throw it. Was that a lateral?
That is ruled a lateral by the head ref, and that is a fumble.
It's a fumble.
That is a second fumble by this Vincent Massey offense just this quarter.
It was not a forward pass, it was a lateral. And great defensive effort again, and who's on top of it? Number 55, Luke Sperry.
Whoa.
Yep, it was knocked backwards. Great tackle by Mark Davidson.
You look at
the ball is there.
You see the clothes on the quarterback when he's throwing. You see the clothes on the receiver when he's trying to catch, and then you see them swarm the football. That is textbook defense.
Luke Sperry with the recovery. So Lesperance now has it on the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Lesperance, quick pass, completed, and Opiola takes it down inside the 20-yard line. Dallas Opiola with the reception gains 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And that's what you do when you got the lead. You know, runs, quick screen passes, swing passes, whatever it is. Just to eat up that clock. And that's exactly what Mr. Coach Daynard is looking to do.
Lesperance in the gun, full backfield. He's got a receiver open, and it's completed for a first down.
Great read by Lesperance. Level called by the coach, gives them 3 receivers at different levels, finds the one in the middle, and gets a nice first down.
Tommy Semchishin, who's still listed as the backup quarterback in this club, but now he's also a receiver and a good one. 2 catches now for Semchishin, and it's a first down, gain of 7. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Lesperance again, out of the gun, 2 backs in the backfield. Bad snap, picks it up. He's not going to run it himself. No, he escapes. He's got a receiver and he can't collect. The receiver had fallen down.
What an incredible athletic play by Lesperance.
Kurt Colson had tripped, and Lesperance, you're right, he had made a tremendous athletic play.
Oh, and it's just a little bit unlucky that that receiver who is just sitting there waving for the ball happened to fall. Let's take a look at this again. Fumbles a snap, tries to go that, comes back, then gets his eyes back downfield again, finds an open receiver, and it just falls short.
That would have been a touchdown. So 2nd and 10 from the 13. Lesperance under center. Takes the snap, pass in the middle, incomplete. Pass was behind the intended receiver.
On the wrong page that time. Looked like the receiver was running a post pattern.
Number 88, Cole Zadro. So that's going to bring in the field goal team.
And Lesperance gets to kick his field goal. Today's been the pattern of unfortunate blowout football games and kickers turned quarterbacks turned kickers.
Yes, exactly right. So Coutts will hold. It'll be a 21-yard field goal attempt for Lesperance. The snap is good, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. A 21-yard field goal for Drake Lesperance. And the St. Paul's Crusaders take a 31-0 lead. To say it's all St. Paul's would be a bit of an understatement, I'm afraid. And the most impressive part, as good as the offense has been, the defense has been nearly perfect.
No, I can't commend the defense and the special teams enough. I mean, they've got a punt. They caught the muff punt on the for Massey when they dropped it there. Connor with a huge kick return, and their defense is just everywhere. And when we say everywhere, we literally mean everywhere.
An outstanding football game by the St. Paul's Crusaders with 3:57 to go here in the third quarter. They lead at 31-0. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Vincent Massey Trojans from the 35-yard line. Dueck trying to get something going.
Got to get something going right now.
Dueck with a handoff inside to number 32, Matt Marion. And it's the fake, and Dueck faked everybody out, including me.
Including myself as well.
Tremendous fake by Dueck.
In fact, I'm hoping for a replay so I could try to see it myself.
Scott Backus made the tackle. He's the only guy who saw it. What a great fake.
Wow, now the only person who wasn't faked out was number 47, which
that was Jacob Rawlings, and he couldn't make the tackle and missed one coming back. Toutant couldn't make the tackle, but a tremendous tackle by number 59, Scott Backus. So now it's 3rd and 2. Dueck coming back in. They're going to go for it on 3rd and 2.
And with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in the third quarter, when you're down 31-0, I would as well.
And a good job.
And a great surge
by Matt Marion to get outside, gain 3 yards, and get the first down.
Great surge by Marion up the sideline there, knowing what he needs to get the first to make sure he gets it, secure the ball.
Got to give Marion a lot of credit for keeping the legs churning.
Of course, on 3rd down, there's no better time. And you know what? That may have been one of the worst plays for the St. Paul's defense, and it still only led to about a 6 to 7 yard gain.
Dueck underneath. Hands off to number 22, Stein McIntosh, the receiver.
And he is tackled for a 3-yard loss.
Whose job, it seems, is to be the motion guy.
Well, you know what? Kelsey McKay loves to use motion. Churchill especially was when he first introduced it. As you can see via the feed here, everybody's in motion. He's got slot backs, he's got wing backs, and that's where he comes in motion right there. Gets the handoff, but unfortunate tackle for a loss.
When I grew up playing football, we had motion all the time. And the high school coaches here use motion a lot. I mean, certainly this afternoon in the earlier game, a tremendous use of motion by Oak Park.
Oh, absolutely. And the other thing is, in this game here, these are the two most classic coaches for using different types of motion. You look at Daynard, he's got different backfield sets. They'll go trips, they'll go quads.
But my question to you, Jordan, is why isn't it used more in the CFL? They just use the waggle on almost every play.
Absolutely. And you know what? I wish I could tell you, Coach, because if I was an offensive coordinator, I'd be throwing motion everywhere. It's a huge advantage in our game. And it's good to see that high school coaches are using it and getting all their kids involved, because, as we were saying, St. Paul's, Vincent Massey, Dakota, Oak Park, these teams have a ton of fantastic athletes playing for them. And not only that, they make fantastic plays. And why not try to get everybody the ball? And when everybody's in motion, defenses are more confused. And speaking of unbelievable plays, let's see what Mr. Cranston has for us right now.
What a great move inside. He's got some room. He's got speed. He is going to be loose. He's got one man who can catch him, and he steps out of bounds. Does he, or does he get in? He may be in. It's a touchdown for Cody Cranston, his second of the football game on a punt return.
That is 2 for Cody Cranston, and I didn't speak too soon.
I think this one's 80 yards. The last one was 90.
Now the refs are having a discussion.
Now they're having a discussion. It looks like he steps out of bounds.
Let's get a replay here.
We're going to have another look. He had one man who could catch him, and that was Anthony Cisse, who has a lot of speed himself. Cisse's over. Does he push him out? Yes. He is out of bounds.
And in fact, they're going to be marking him very. Let's see. At the 5-yard line.
It's going to be at the 5, which I think he was out of bounds before the 5.
I think he looked on the replay there, Coach. He's out at the 10. So, but
we're going to play the fourth quarter. We're going to have St. Paul's take over possession going in the other direction, as we have completed 3 quarters of football. It is St. Paul's 31 and Vincent Massey nothing. And they're calling Cody Cranston out of bounds at the 5-yard line. But I agree with you. I think he was out of bounds a little bit earlier than that. Anthony Cisse had an angle on him, and he's got good speed.
And he had enough momentum to push him. Good tiptoe effort by Cranston, but he was definitely out of bounds around the 10-yard line.
They're going to give it to them at the 5. So Lesperance will try to make it
a 38-point game. Talking about the first blowout, Coach, this definite second blowout is not what we expected at all.
Well, I thought it'd be a little closer than this. I mean, if I was a betting man, I'd have taken St. Paul's, but I thought it would be a lot closer than 31-0 after 3 quarters. And really, St. Paul's did not have, in comparison to their first half, a great third quarter.
That's right. They've really they let up some, other than the defense still playing lights out, a couple first downs. What I still believe is the first downs of the game coming in the third quarter for Vincent Massey. But seriously, St. Paul's been playing lights out everywhere. They're going to run the triple option again.
Lesperance is going to go in from 5 yards.
That triple option has been dangerous for them today.
A 5-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Drake Lesperance. And the St. Paul's Crusaders have turned this lead into a rout. So Lesperance, the quarterback, on a keep, takes it 5 yards. He'll have the job of kicking the convert to make it 38-0. And it has been all St. Paul's in this one as you look at Trevor Wright and number 26, Brady Kreitz.
So, Coach, if you're Stacey Daynard at this point in the game, is it time to bring in the mop-up duty at 38-0 with 11:40 left in the fourth quarter?
Well, maybe not on defense. They've done such a marvelous job on defense, but I think on offense you rest your regulars.
You definitely need to rest the regulars. As we take another look at the touchdown run here.
Lesperance has done his job.
He has, and that triple option has been deadly for them tonight. I definitely will expect to see that more of this year. That's one thing I really like to see now more in the CFL game as well, is some trickery, some little option plays, end arounds, all things like that. But the option is becoming huge in the game today, whether you go south, whether you're up here at north. It's a great play to have, and the triple option is ran perfectly for the touchdown.
So with the score 38-0, we are into straight time. The clock is ticking down a lot more quickly now. Did he miss that convert? I thought he made it.
No, he made it. That it would be 38-0.
And there it is. The scoreboard changes. It is 38-0, and Zach Mary will kick it off.
They put back in the lefty kicker.
So Zach Mary kicks off. Blakely, the receiver. Sam Blakely takes it to the 30, the 35, and he's taken down there by none other than Luke Sperry. If there's a defensive player of the game, Sperry's the guy. He has been tremendous.
Sperry, Toutant,
Cranston and Teschuk.
Cranston, Teschuk. I mean, the list goes on.
Oh, and the big kid, Cameron O'Hare, in the middle.
You get a good pair of linebackers. You get a.
Why don't we just list 12 guys on defense? They've been tremendous.
If I knew the starting lineup of all of them, I definitely would.
Blakely takes it back to the 36. 1st and 10 for Massey from their own 36-yard line, trailing at 38-0. Dueck's throw, and it's incomplete and almost picked off. Right there, Mark Davidson, thought he had a pick. There's another guy who's had a great game, Davidson.
Toutant, you're looking at Teschuk. Even the list goes on. They are playing lights out defense right now, and you can tell, as you said, they have not changed a thing. You know what, they might be up by 38 points, but that defense right now is gelling extremely well.
Dueck looks for a receiver, and a real good job by Mark Davidson. The pass is incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 10 for Massey, and we'll see what Kelsey McKay decides to do. Nick Meyer was the intended receiver. So it'll be 3rd and 10 now for Massey, as the clock ticks down mercifully to 8:30. And it is 38-0, as you can see on your screen. St. Paul's dominating this one. So on 3rd down, Massey's going to go for it, and Dueck is done. He is taken down and swarmed under number 58. Mike Litcherson makes the tackle. And that'll be it for Massey on this attempt. They end up losing a yard, finish on 3rd and 10 to get nothing. And boy, what a defensive effort. This has just been incredible for St. Paul's.
If this is anything, any statement for the rest of the year, I'm feeling confident being Stacey Daynard right now.
His defense is tremendous.
Lesperance will take the field once again.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line for the Crusaders. We're down under 8 minutes to play. Lesperance fakes the handoff inside, and he is caught by Mason Bennett and dragged to the turf. Mason Bennett gets his first sack of the ball game.
And it's good because we haven't said his name at all today, other than the fact that we know that he is a UND prospect.
And then he's playing both ways, because he's done a good job offensively as an offensive lineman.
But good to see him get some action on the sack there. Let's see what St. Paul's does on 2nd and long.
We did talk about Mason Bennett earlier when he blocked that pass.
Oh, absolutely.
Bennett, as Vincent Massey's defense is gone, Mason Bennett's been pretty solid.
Of course. Thanks for reminding me. He did have that tip at the line, which led to, I believe it was a punting situation.
Mm-hmm. So, 2nd and 16, Lesperance has some room, and Bennett gets him again.
Gets him again.
So the 2nd sack in a row for Mason Bennett.
Now he wants us to say his name even more.
Takes it back to the 45-yard line, and St. Paul's will punt it away. The clock ticking down quickly now. And we'll have another look at this one. The fake by Lesperance, he tries to run, he goes nowhere. Bennett is right there to make the tackle.
Good solid tackle by Bennett.
So Opiola will punt to Blakely and Gassama. other one a little bit short. Here comes Blakely. That's no yards. He fakes the handoff to Gassama. Is tackled inside the 20, but we'll add to that one.
15 play tacked on for that one.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vincent Massey Trojans, trailing 38-0 to the St. Paul's Crusaders. So attack 5 more yards.
No yards. St. Paul's on 14. 5-yard penalty. First down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Massey. 5:30 to go now in the football game. Dueck back out onto the field. Gassama wide right, Carter Malagas wide left. Inside handoff to Marion. Change that, Christian Madrid. So Madrid carries. Gains about 4. That'll make it, well, give him 5. Make it 2nd and 5. Dueck in the gun. Madrid the running back. And a pass to Blakely, who's got some room. Sam Blakely taken down at the 45-yard line. And Blakely gains 20 yards.
There's that motion we talk about again,
Yep.
Coach. Coming out, going back outside, getting that the swing pass, as I like to call it, right there from Dueck. Using his speed to get up the sideline and get that first down.
So good job by Blakely. 15-yard gain. Officially make it 1st and 10 from the 45. Under 4 minutes to go now. Motion. Dueck has a receiver. And he's taken down immediately by Mark Davidson.
None other than Mark Davidson, adding to that scary defensive secondary.
So Malagas catches a pass for a 3-yard loss. We'll have 2nd and 13 because Mark Davidson was right on top of him.
3-minute warning coming up in the ball game after this play here. Let's see what the Trojans have on 2nd and long.
Dueck barks the signals, has a receiver, and it's Gassama wide open. He gets the first down and takes it down to the 50-yard line. They'll mark it right at the 50 of the St. Paul's Crusaders. Not many times have we seen the Vincent Massey Trojans inside St. Paul's territory.
Well,
And the 3-minute warning.
Well, better late than never, Coach. So, but great route there ran by there the Trojans, and then a nice move. And ironically, Mark Davidson misses the tackle on that one, and he's upset with himself. But in the end, Coach, I think it's all going to be okay for St. Paul's.
I think it's going to be fine. 1st and 10 from the St. Paul's 50. Dueck's been moving the football. It's a good series of downs.
Line up in quads right.
And it's picked off and dropped, almost intercepted. It was right on the sidelines by Garrett Teranishi.
Would have been a great catch.
So Nick Meyer was the intended receiver. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 50. Teranishi almost picked it off. Nick Meyer, the intended receiver. Dueck fakes inside. He has a receiver outside and shorts it. Just short, intended for Malagas.
Malagas had the out route on that one. But, you know, we do have a little bit of a wider field here in the CFL.
Much wider. You got to throw it a long way.
Exactly.
A 2-yard pass in the CFL, and a lot of those American quarterbacks who come up here will admit that you have to throw the ball a long way to gain 2 yards sometimes.
Absolutely. And on that throw right there, a deep out route to the wide side of the field. Duke just couldn't get it there.
3rd and 10. Here comes the rush.
And
there's a pass and
beautiful,
wide open.
Beautiful throw.
There's Meyer, number 15. He takes it down to the 33. So Nick Meyer on a great pass by Dewick. And with 1 minute left to play, Vincent Massey starting to make a move.
As you see here, slot back runs a corner route. Dewick leads him right into the open spot, and there he is.
Catch by Meyer. And that makes it 1st and 10 at the 33. Dewick fires. He has Gassama, and Gassama takes it down to the 20 for another 1st down. 13-yard gain for Abdul Gassama as Massey closes in on putting some points on the board.
If I'm Massey right now and the offensive coaches, I'm looking to put some points on the board, hang our heads high, and go into next week's game.
Dewick looks for a receiver. He's got it, Gassama. He's hit just a ton of bricks by Teranishi.
And
he's getting up.
Thank goodness.
So this will be the final play of the football game from the 10-yard line.
And Vincent Massey calls a timeout to discuss putting points on the board.
And they're putting 24 seconds back on the clock, so they'll get a couple of plays perhaps. 24 seconds left to go. Dewick wants to get this team into the end zone before it's over. Plays in, motion all over, Dewick. Back to pass again, inside, incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Looking for a pass interference call, but not missed it. Another timeout called by the Trojans. They want another shot at the end zone.
So 11 seconds to go. Massey's 2nd timeout. They do want to get into the end zone. They don't want to go home as a shutout victim. 11 seconds to play. It's 38-0 St. Paul's. It's 3rd down, 2 yards to go.
They'll have quads
Dewick.
left. Screen pass.
To Meyer. Meyer gets the 1st down. He takes it to the 6.
Get the 1st down. They'll have time for one more play.
With no time remaining on the clock.
There is no time remaining on the clock. The officials talking to the Trojans.
First down.
So we'll have one more play. 1st and goal to go from the 6-yard line on the offside. They'll take the penalty to get one more play and one more shot at the end zone. No time remaining. This is the final play of the ball game. It's about pride at this stage, Jordan. Dewick, the pass into the corner is overthrown, and that'll do it. This game is over. The final score, the St. Paul's Crusaders 38. The Vincent Massey Trojans 0. Touchdowns by Austin Coutts, Lucas Scrumita, Cody Cranston, and Drake, Heath Chalmers in the first half. In the second half, Drake Lesperance kicks a 21-yard field goal and then scores on a 5-yard touchdown run to wind out the scoring. Now, Cody Cranston's my player of the game, but Drake Lesperance deserves a lot of credit for a tremendous effort.
Oh, he sure does. He, like I said earlier in the game, Coach, he looked confident in the pocket. He looked very athletic when he had to, and he made great throws and great reads. No turnovers from the QB tonight, and definitely he got an extra spark from his special teams and his defense.
In Game 1 of our doubleheader tonight, Oak Park defeated Dakota 46-14. In Game 2, it was St. Paul's 38, Vincent Massey, nothing. Thank you so much to Jordan Miklash.
Thank you, Coach.
I'm Scott Taylor. We've been at the MS Playing for a Purpose doubleheader here at Investors Group Field. I hope you enjoyed the program, and we'll see you again the next time with Winnipeg High School Football League action. Good night, everybody.